Okay, guys, so today's topic of discussion is why men shouldn't open up and cry in front of women. Now, guys, society told you a lot of society, they lied to you fellas, bro. They told you, oh, it's okay to open up, man. When you open up, you feel a lot better. Well, I'm sure I speak as a testament, and a lot of men will also feel the same from what I'm about to tell you, but I've been the guy who opened up. I've been the guy who's cried in front of women, and I've also been through the other side of being the guy that doesn't cry in front of women. And I'll tell you this, it's been 5 years since I last cried to a female, bro. And I'll say this, bro, listen, it seems good on paper, right? As a man crying in front of a woman about any life stress or problem that comes your way, okay? But long term, it will fuck you up, right? And even when your problem is solved, especially, you will have that feeling in your mind of, why the fuck did I say that? I should have just kept shut. I should have just kept my mouth shut. I really should have. Now, when it's a female, she can cry and whatnot, Her friend's gonna say, "Oh, what's wrong?" And for women, they're feminine, they're not logical like us, so they really need that emotional support. She'll be bawling and whatnot, and your girlfriend, or not literally as in that way. You get the gist. The girlfriend will be like, "Oh, you're gonna be better, babe. It's gonna be all good," And maybe a couple of the blokes around, you're gonna go like, "Oh, she okay now? Is she okay? What's she going through?" And then a few months later, the problems subside. She good now. She's like, "Oh, you good now? Oh yeah, best friend, everything good." And then she vibing with it. She reciprocating with that energy. The blokes still like, "Oh, she's good now. Oh, I love to hear it, man. Love to see her happy." Cool. It's just set. Women are emotional to communicate like that. It's in their nature. She's set. She's good now. She can look on forward with a positive head on her shoulders. Men, we do the same thing, and yes, you will still get that same reinforcement from your peers around you in your circle, your group, your community, wherever you live. But you will notice people will start to treat you differently. And this video has the title of Women. Let's really talk about the context of women. People don't start to trust you as much. You see, women are wired in a way to where they're so drawn to strength, and they look for someone who can handle their issues. They look for a provider, someone who's capable of handling life's adversities. She is the way, feminine energy. This is why the emotions always go up, down, up, down. They can't maintain their emotions for shit. This is why when crisis happens, they need to look for a figure to lean onto. In a relationship sense and in a primal sense, that would be the man. You, us, me, you, okay? And women won't admit this. Well, they know it's true, but whenever a man cries, right? And I'm speaking as a testament, trust me, I did it before, guys. I did it before. Whenever a man cries in front of a woman will never admit this, but there's a part of her, right? Just in a primal female nature, loses respect, because it's like slowly you're unveiling you're not the man that she thought you were, that you presented towards her, the man that can handle any life stress coming your way, right? And even if you go through the hardest of time, guys, I've been in debt 2 times, man. I never stressed about it. Was I done wrong by the company? Absolutely yes. And I've been through both sides in this aspect of my life too, in a financial depth sense, right? So there were 2 times, I'm not going to get into too much detail because it doesn't really matter now. But I had a Duolingo course 2 times in my life, right? And I cancelled it 2 days prior. Duolingo still took my money. I got into financial debt. I was in -0, and compound interest happens fast. So I was shitting my pants. During those 2 times, I was in college, by the way. So I had no money in the bank. I was just asking my mum for coins. Mum would say, "Oh, what do you want coins to go to?" I'm just like, I feel like paying with coins. No, I was in fucking debt. Financial debt. I'm not going to tell my mum that. I'm not going to stress about that. It's just going to add fuel to the fire. Because I know at the back of my mind that pain will eventually subside, so which it did. Was it a hard week? Fuck yeah, it was hard. It took about 1 to 2 weeks just to get my money back. I went through the humiliation, and prior to knowing, my card stopped working, I went through the humiliation of going to Tesco, beeping my card in front of a female acquaintance of mine at college at the time. Had like 3 snacks with me for lunch break, and that decline. And then two of my other college boys at the back of me at the time. And then a female acquaintance, God bless her soul, offering to pay. Obviously, I declined. It was humiliating, but I had to go through it. I'm not going to tell my, I ain't showing emotion. I don't need to cry in front of a woman. Does it suck? Did it suck? Yeah, it hurt. But I'm not going to show my emotion. I can handle the stress, and I did. Same with the family thing. It links to the family thing. I didn't tell my mum or my family, anyone else about the debt. Because I eventually got my money back, and I was all good. It was Gucci from there. Right? But I also had another year. That was the year after that year had happened, where the gym took my money, even though I cancelled the subscription a few days earlier, right? I told my family about this, very emotional, but I was like, why did they take my money? And it just made things a lot worse and the problem a lot bigger than it really was. Right, and I hated that. There was no need looking back. So I've been the guy. And the way women are wired, they are looking for a strong man. And when you keep crying in front of a woman, it turns her off. It gets her pussy dry. The same way that when we see a masculine woman, it turns us off. She feel the same way with you. Right? Any pain you're going through, I would recommend speaking or consulting to a man. Right? Just to save yourself, because bro, and I'm not telling you all women are like this, but some women, they'll cry with you that day, right? They'll still give you that treatment that I told you about what they do with their female friends when they're crying. They'll give you the, oh, what's wrong? What's wrong? Oh, what's wrong? Oh. It sounds like I'm being sarcastic by the way I do it, but I'm being genuine. That's how women actually speak to you. Alright, it's like when I'm sad, I don't care about your sympathy. I know life is a bitch and I can handle any bullshit life throws my way. This YouTube channel, we're growing very slow. My family don't know I have a YouTube channel yet, but I'm not gonna tell them guys, oh, YouTube is so hard and barely getting any views. And life's a bitch, man. It won't be like this forever, so I'm just gonna keep it going. I'm gonna keep it going, keep doing what I do best. I already know I'm on the right path. Just a matter of when, you know? So where was I? Yeah, I was talking about you. Pop, you will get that. But it's like, so, you looked good on the outside. And it's like, you weren't very good on the inside. I remember where I was now. Some women don't have it in your best interest. Some women, they will cry with you on that day. Right? And like I said, it seems good on paper to cry and open up the front of a woman, you know. But a woman can cry with you on that day, and then all of a sudden the next day, she'll use it against you in an argument. And it'll be out of the blue. You won't expect it. Right? I'm not telling you every woman are like this, but some do. I don't know why. Is it morally wrong? It's a scumbag move, but I don't know why some women, they just love to dig dirt on you. Now, this is where it really tests your frame, my men. This is Red Pill 101 advice, because when they do this, it really does emotionally damage a man. And you get them thoughts. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? Right? And this is where the frame comes in, guys. Right? The frame. This is where you have to compose yourself. But when you're beta male, when you're bleeper, when you're raised by the bleeper, guys, this is where you start seeing stuff where, the guy starts hitting the woman, the guy starts beating up the woman. Just makes the problem worse, adds salt to the wound. Now, initially, prior to the beating part, the beta reaction behavior, you were in a good position. It was not her fault. But she hit, and now it made it way worse than the problem really is. And now the court's against you. Now they have physical evidence of your wrongdoings via the bruises. But not with us. I mean, it's not like it happened on camera. Most likely it didn't. It wasn't recorded and captured on camera, no. But you messed up. So, and let me speak of now. I haven't cried in front of a woman in 5 years, right? And it's not even just out of pride. It's because I understand female nature. I understand how things work. Now, us men, we ain't robots, right? We have feelings too. It's just that we can regulate it a lot better than a woman can, right? And with that being said, any problem I do have now, because I can think logically, right? I can literally cry and then 5 seconds later I'm thinking, I can literally stop it in a snap of a finger. And I have. I cried 2 days ago. That cry lasted about 10 seconds. And it's not like female cries where it's like it's not like that. Or when I was a bitch little kid crying like a bitch, it's literally a teardrop, a little sniff, all right, wipe away, and then literally I'm not exaggerating when I say 10 seconds later it's back to looking in, and then you realize, oh, it was never that deep in the first place, right? I made that shit private. I went to the toilet, bro. It was a 10-second cry, and then after that I was like, oh, okay, looked in again, came out the toilet, that nothing happened. They never knew. You see the beauty, and now you don't have to deal with that post term period where it's like, ah, for fuck's sake, because everyone's on you now about the past situation that you did, that you expressed, but then you got through that, but then that people still come to you but speaking about the past. It's, why did I say that? I've had the moments. I've had suicidal moments. I've expressed that on YouTube. I'm not gonna express that in my private life. Hell no. Because if the pain subsided now, I'm Gucci. And let's say I were to tell them about that, the trust would decline because it'd be like, oh, we can't trust this guy to stay at home. He ain't gonna kill himself, is he? He ain't gonna commit suicide, is he? Stuff like that, in terms of them having a lot less trust. And that makes a man even more depressed, man. And this will link to what I'm going to say at the end of the video as to why all of this actually serves to your benefit and the positives of having these standards, because the way you look at it, it can actually do you more good than harm with the right mindset, and I'll get to that at the end. So keep watching. Now, why did I do it on this channel? For authenticity, just documenting the journey. My family don't know I have a channel, right? So it's good. And that was months ago. I felt like that. I feel good now. I'm on the other side. My mental health is great. They never knew. I went through that battle on my own with the help of God. I was able to stay stoic, stay sane, do the right decisions, despite that brutal period of my life, just having those negative suicidal thoughts. I didn't scare my parents or family or siblings, or parent or siblings. Nah, I suffered alone. You gotta let it burn for a bit. I know it sounds counterintuitive to what society told you, but if you can't take my word for it, hey, do it. Do it and find the outcome. Type in, I've seen many Reddit posts. I've read stories, guys. I cried in front of my girlfriend. What happened next? Bro, and I don't even blame the woman for drying out, man. It's biology. You can't fight biology. The same way we can't help but feel turned off when a woman has a manly voice or moves like a man or is built like a man. Same with women. It's not even me bashing the women, guys. I'm just giving you female nature. I'm letting you guys know, man. It's really important to not listen to a woman's words, but most of the actions she does, because what she tell you to do and what she does are two different things, guys. Two different things, my brothers. And I learned that the hard way, trust me, because I had no father figure, right? I had no one to put me on game. I had to learn this through trial and error, watching red pill dudes who are locked in and tapped in, right? And a lot of those is very common for not to not have a father figure now. I'm still figuring this red pill shit out, man. Best case scenario, I was raised by a father who was able to teach me. He was absent. Rest in peace. So, am I going to use that as a reason to be a bitch and keep going to blue pill hell? No, I'm going to educate myself. And I'm learning every day. I just hope I can help any of you guys. This video don't need to have 1,000 views. I don't even need that, bro. If I can just help 3 people, if I can just get 3 likes and I help 3 guys, hey, I done my part and I'm happy. I haven't cried to a woman in 5 years, right? And 0 regrets. 0 regret. I know female nature. Every mental pain I've gone through, right? Every run I've gone through, I've been that guy who's gone through intense runs, 5-mile runs. I've been that guy that complained, oh, my shins hurt. And then I'm like, go take some rest. See, because you train too much. And I've been that guy. It's like, I've done the same run, different periods of times, right? I come back. How's the run? Yeah, the run was good. It was easy. Oh, it fucking hurt. I'm not gonna tell that though, because I learned from my mistakes. I don't need to open up. Now, if it's a male guy, cool. But opening up in front of your woman, she views you as that strong figure, right? She views you as that strong masculine figure. You don't want to shatter that. This is what the bros are for. Your literal biological brother, or your friends. That's what they're for. Your male friends. Don't open up to a female. It doesn't work. I'm speaking from experience, man. They'll tell you, oh, it's okay to open up, right? You cry once, oh she's probably get your back once. You cry again, so oh yeah, I'll help him one more time. It won't hurt too much. She barely cries. You do it the third time, I say, okay, you're doing too much now. Pattern up. She gonna say that in her head. Some of them will even be vocal to say it to you in front of your face. I'm speaking from experience, dudes. And yeah, said I haven't cried in front of a woman in 5 years. I don't plan on doing it anytime soon. And I've been slapped a shit ton of times, man. A shit ton of times. I've been bullied at school a shit ton of times, man. And when I was younger, when I wasn't really mentally strong enough, I'd be vocal, I'd cry in front of women about it. I was young, man. But when I get shit now, every now and then, you're gonna get shit in your life now. So yeah, I'll still get shit. But it's like, I can handle it better now. I don't need to keep expressing, letting it out, crying and whatnot to other people, women in this context too. I can handle it myself now, I'm equipped. Just some good advice, Alan. You don't need to keep crying in front of women. You may have a super accident, like let's say your family died, or a plane crash or anything like that. Your mum is sick, you feel like shit. Right? Those are extreme cases. I mean, I guess you could say yes, justified to cry. I know I definitely cried when my dad died. That fucked me up, man. Those are the exceptions. But I mean, this narrative that men have to cry, like, every single time something hits the fan. I'll give you an example. There is this reality TV show named The Only Way is Essex. A lot of them guys are gay, right? And they be crying and shit. The women treat them like women. So, why you crying? Do you know what? You shouldn't be feeling like that because you've been so strong, And then the guy's like, no, but I just can't do it. It's just so much. I'm like, yes, you fucking can. Yes, you fucking can. You can. You just decided to be a bit fruity, and that's sweet. It's sweet, man. It tastes sweet, and some people don't like to be the God designed way. It's fine. Do what you want, but according to the Bible, them gay guys won't inherit the kingdom of God. That's all I'm gonna say. Huh? That's all I'm gonna say on the matter. I don't shoot the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just telling you God's word, right? They can handle it, but it's that blue pill narrative. You wanna be feminine. And they get that treatment that I told you about when a man opens up too much in front of a woman. Post the period happening, it's like, they're still on you. Now, the gay guys, they won't get it. You've got a feminine mindset. Hey, to each their own, man. But I'm talking to any of you straight men, bro. You don't want to do that, man. Tell me, just let it burn for a bit, or talk to a male guy, consult to a male dude. Trust me. I've done both sides. I've done both. And lately in life now, I get more slaps in the face than not. Right? I don't cry about it no more. That doesn't mean you can't be vocal about what's going on, but it's how you express it. So, a woman asks you, how's life? Oh, it's a bit hard. How's the job market? I get this question a lot. Yeah, the job market is a bit hard, It's a bit hard to get a job. I'm just going to keep persevering. Mentally good. No need to worry. I'll deal with it in the end. Rather than, it's so hard. I can't get a job. Do you get what I mean? I hope you guys understand, man. I'm telling you. I'm speaking from experience. I hope I can help a few fellas out, man. I hope to be the one who's able to tell you something that school failed to teach you, and your absent father wasn't able to. Right? And your blue pill mother wouldn't know that. I wouldn't say she's blue pill, but your family mother wouldn't know that because the nature's different. She wants to nurture, make sure you're okay. But it's good to have that balance of masculine and feminine. Most of us guys just had the mothers, so you didn't have the fathers to pass on game like your sisters did, because they had a mother. They were on female game already. You weren't. We were at a disadvantage. This is why you need to start. You're watching videos like this, and this is why I also had to learn some Red Pill game online too, to not stay stuck in the blue pill lies of modern society. Oh yeah, and I add one more thing. I was talking about the whole extreme things of family member dies. In those moments, okay, I kind of understand. Like I said, when I had my experience, I don't know how I forgot to add on to this. And in terms of crying in front of your woman, then even still, I would try not to, just to keep the woman strong. And let's say you had kids as well, I would try to keep the emotions in for the kids, because if the kids see you cry, they're gonna go, oh, no, we're really fucked. The head of the house is crying. We're really fucked. And it's just gonna make them more sad, Gotta be that shield, that beacon, the defense force, the strong leader. You take the pain, Cry to your boys, man. And fellas, that applies with being a father too, right? Now, when you're a mother, and yes, female privilege does exist, there are certain things you can do and get away with because you're a woman. As a mother, you're allowed to complain about your back hurting. You're allowed to complain for years to come about, work being too hard, how you're tired, and your son and your daughters will say, oh, get some rest, mother. Don't push yourself too hard, take it easy, When you're a father, you can't do that, right? You start doing that, and two things will happen, Your children will start to get sick of it. They'll tell you to fix up. They'll call you about how you always complain, yeah? Or, if the vocal expression don't happen, they're gonna talk to you. They're gonna not talk to you, but they're gonna lose respect, right? They're gonna be like, oh, maybe my dad wasn't as strong as I thought. Those thoughts will start to come too. Now, I'm not a father. I use common sense there, but I know for a fact it's true. Because, man, you're just expected to get on with it and actually agree to it. So, good thing I'm for it. Actually, there's actually more positives than not if you look at it on the bright side. And we'll get to that at the end to end it positive note. But in a fitness sense too, yeah. And I speak from experience about the complaining part because, bro, when I used to always complain, bro, I used to get told, shut up, Gordon, you always complain. I got my feedback loop, man. Now, if I were raised by a father, which I didn't have, unfortunately, I had to learn this the hard way, I complained a lot. You pick up them habits from the people in your feminine household, so you think it's normal as a man. You get that feedback loop. What the woman told you one thing, I was okay to complain, you pick up their habits. I was okay to open up, show emotion. I took the advice, started complaining. I was out of frame. Wish I followed more of the actions women pursue rather than what they say through their mouth. I didn't know any better at the time, so I complained at a period. I complained a lot, and I was told to shut up. I always complain, so I got my feedback loop the hard way. And yeah, just don't complain now. It's just get on with it, as men are expected to do, bro. It's not me telling you you're just some robot and whatnot. Like I said before, you're not some robot. Yeah, you still got feelings, man, and you gotta acknowledge that, man, and talk to a man who understands the pain. You know what I mean? But in a fitness sense too. This would be the last example. I know I said I'm not gonna do extras, but it just comes from the heart. So I just felt like I should pick up the camera and spit every last game I had for this video. But even with fitness, man, I remember I used to be fat, bro. When you're a woman, if you're fat, you're being emotional, you're eating and shit, right? You say you're depressed, you binge eat, you're not really gonna get that criticism a man would if he were fat. I'm speaking from experience. When I was fat, I was emotional, I wasn't thinking straight, I was just eating as shit from a lack of logic. I was getting made fun of for being fat, home, school, outside, because I was being emotional as a man. When I started thinking logically, I started putting that discipline in, bro. Them insults stopped immediately, bro. It started to stop, and I got more respect from being a man, thinking logically and watching what I put in my mouth and actually training hard for once in my life, which is good. Now, like I said, it ends in a positive note because, yes, although those standards are put on you, people trust you more when you start taking that masculine control of your life, man. And that'll boost your self-worth, your self-image. You got a feedback loop too of reinforcement from people who need your aid, and it just makes you feel better as a man. And that's what it's all about, man.